What's going on, guys? This is PokeHubs. I'm Jay, and today was a huge day for me and the missus and the Pokemon hobby. We came up on some really cool PSA 10 slabs that we had both been wanting, and some sealed products. So we went to the NTX card show. That's in the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's in a place called Louisville. So for us, it was a little under an hour drive away. And night and day difference between this card show and the last one that I went to, which was the Dallas card show. This one was freaking epic. So right off the bat, it started off better. It was only $8 per person for admission, and parking was free. So it looked to me like they bought out an old JC Penney's, and they just run the NTX card show there like once every 2 months. If I was looking at that schedule right, I'll definitely be going again. The tables were very separated. It had a wide open feel to it, but there was no gaps. Like the walkways were really wide, and there were just vendors everywhere. And unlike the Dallas-Fort Worth card show, this one was pretty much, I would say, 75% Pokemon and 20% One Piece, and then 5% like football, basketball, baseball cards. So for a Pokemon nerd like myself and for my wife, this place was epic. I don't think it could have been better. The vibe in there was amazing. Without further ado, I'm super excited. So I do want to show you what I picked up, and then I will kind of explain my strategy and how I acquired these things. So first we have this guy. I am so excited to have this. This is the Destin Rivals Pokemon Center exclusive ETB. The guy actually, he threw in this acrylic case with it. Super excited to have this one. And then this place was super cool, you guys. They had so many different products. Like a lot of people were doing custom made stuff like on 3D printers or making shirts, all sorts of cool stuff. Picked this up. It was $4. You know, it's just a keychain, but it's of my boy Pikachu wearing a hoodie, you know, just chewing some bubble gum. Love that. Adorable. And then here are the slabs that I got today. So one of my new favorite Pokemon artists, his name is Mr. Chow, I think is how you pronounce it. He came out, I believe, like during the Twilight Masquerade Pokemon set, so not too long ago, and he's been coming out with some bangers. He did the Iron Valiant, this one that I picked up. I grabbed this Zekrom, so that would have been from Black Bolt. Grabbed that in a 10. This card goes super hard. My wife picked up this this Espeon in a PSA 10. I think that's super cool. You guys know, like the Evolutions, I think they're dope, but they're not my favorite, but I think that is one hell of a card. It's such a good looking card. I absolutely love it. And then lastly, oh yeah, the guy threw in these guard protectors with them. So I got this guy in a PSA 10. I was not planning on grabbing this today when I went in, but I'll kind of explain what happened and how this came to be. But I'm super excited. Again, this is like from one of my new favorite Pokemon artists. And this guard protector is super sick. It goes with it. It's got, you know, like the green poison stuff going on at the bottom. And then it's kind of goes into an ombre, fades up into a purple at the top. Very, very cool. Love this card. I was not planning on getting this for, I don't know, like well into the summer or maybe early next fall, but you know, I was excited and shit happens, right? When you're excited at a card show. So my strategy going in there, you know, I brought my Team Rockets briefcase like I always do. I'm always talking about it. Got a bunch of compliments on it, by the way. I also referred a bunch of people that were asking where I got it to Sneaker Dunk. Because if you want one of these, I recommend you get them from Sneaker Dunk and not on eBay. You're going to save yourself, even with the taxes and duties and fees that Sneaker Dunk charges, you're still going to save like 50, 60 bucks grabbing it there than on eBay. So these things are super cool, great for holding slabs. So that was my strategy going into today, you know. I brought $0 with me to this card show, to be honest. So each month I have a certain budget that I set aside for Pokemon, investing, collecting, you know, whatever. And I want my budget this month and next month to go towards Ascended Heroes. So that's where I'm at with it. So again, I went to this card show today with $0. Like, I did have my credit cards, of course. I did not pull them out. I didn't use them. And I brought a bunch of junk slabs, I guess you would say. So a bunch of PSA 9 cards, along with some PSA 10s that were in my collection that I had doubles or triples of. And I ended up selling off, I believe, every single one, minus one slab that I brought with me. And what that did, so the cards actually were from trades. So that's how I started off during the show. I was trading at different tables with some super cool people, and they made really, really fair trades. They weren't trying to get over on me. And then at the end, I knew that I wanted this ETB, and the guy wasn't down for trading slabs, especially PSA 9 slabs for this ETB, which I understood. So there were all sorts of tables that said buying, and I approached one. He was not interested in PSA 9s, especially the ones that I had, which I don't blame him. Like, they weren't anything all that special, if I'm being honest. But then I went to another table, and the guy, you know, he ran up the totals. It checked out, and I sold them all for over $1,000. And what that did, so I went and picked this up. I grabbed this with the acrylic case for $300, which I believe is a super fair deal. And then we pocketed the rest of the money. Oh, well, this keychain was $4. So I walked out of there with like hundreds of dollars. Well, not me. I gave it to the missus. You know, I let her hold on to that and do our budgeting book things with it. But yeah, so that was our strategy going into it. It worked out really well. Really cool come-ups. I'll show you guys one more time. Just because why not? I'm so excited to have these in our collection. And what we traded for these, again, we had doubles or triples of anyways. So Pokemon trading card game. Like, so today, yeah, we were trading and it was freaking epic. Highly recommend that show. We did go to it without our little ones today. We dropped them off at the grandparents, so we were able to focus and do our wheeling and dealing without any kind of interruptions, you know, from our little ones, 2-year-old, 4-year-old. You guys, if you know what I'm talking about. And it was just so enjoyable, you guys. The vibe and the atmosphere. There were a couple big dogs in there that had like the Poncho Pikachus, the Scream cards, freaking the Lovebirds. Like, I was seeing all the sick stuff, and they were selling. Like, you know, and that was the other cool thing I wanted to point out, because there's so many different levels to this hobby, so many different types of collectors, and then we have the investor bros, but the vibe at this place was good. I mean, I saw a vendor who had 2 booster boxes that were marked as sold. The gentleman that bought them hadn't taken them out with him yet, and I think the dude said that it came to like $200,000 just for 2 booster boxes. And if you check out my YouTube shorts, you'll see which 2 booster boxes I'm talking about. But he was like, yeah, these things sold first thing this morning. So I got there like an hour after the show had opened, and those had already sold. But point is, you know, we have the really, really rich and like elite people in the hobby, average, we have low budget, and everyone was getting along. The vibes were really great. I'm just so proud and happy to be a part of the hobby. You know, I think when you look at like online content or like comments that people will leave sometimes, you know, trolls, it looks like there's a lot of ugliness in the hobby. And in person, at least here at this particular card show, it was just all good vibes. It was a complete blast. Highly recommend it. And another really cool thing that I saw was at a lot of the tables, they were giving out free singles. I even saw people giving away free slab cards to the little kids that were passing by. It was just absolutely amazing. I do want to end on this. So my wife is super into mini anything. And I have to recommend these to anyone that's in a similar position as me that has a wife or maybe a little kid that's like into the minis. These things are epic. We found these at Target, and they're freaking adorable. My wife's keeping this one sealed. She did open like a smaller 4-pack that I had picked up for her. So I'll just give you one example. They're so teeny tiny, you guys. Anyways, just really grateful to be in the Pokemon hobby today. Really grateful for these pickups that I came up on. I went in, I really wanted the Team Rocket's Mewtwo in a PSA 10 in Japanese. Of course, you guys know my style by now. And they didn't have it. And that's kind of how this situation with the Gengar happened. I'm gonna show it off one last time just because it's so sick. Bam. I love it. I'm in love. So excited. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, if you're new to the channel, we go over collecting, investing, any news, any big upcoming drops, and anything in between that's Pokemon related that comes to this crazy head of mine. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, peace.